It's been around a minute. 80s. Polonius smiles on us yet again, Mistress Fortunes, guiding you to victory and setting your comrades free. I confess I did fear for your safety, which is not to say I doubted your prowess, you understand. I merely knew the strength of your opponents. You do have a habit of exceeding my expectations. Visiting to Heavensward, why... Oh right, we found out it's Heavensward. It's not Heavensward, you're not like... It's not like indicating upwards. It's Heavensward. It's like a guard faction. You know, like hope floats, that sort of thing. Vesting to the Heavensward while the city's elite looked on by the fury. Anyone who hasn't been paying attention to you surely will do so from now on. Yeah. Yeah. My lord! Oh, so last time we also got the black chocobo, which will allow us to fly in this zone. However, we need to get ethereal currents. I got some on my own. Some you find in the overworld. They're little like balls of wind, basically. I got some of my own. Vengzersh helped me with some as well. And the rest are locked behind quests. Gotta do all of those before I can fly again, because that's what gamers want in video games. Losing mobility. Right? We just received a message from the vault. His Eminence the Archbishop requests the presence of Mistress Fortunes. An invitation from the Archbishop? What an honor. A personal summons is indeed a great honor, and given recent events, you would be wise not to delay. Go, Mistress Fortunes, we shall speak anon. A priest will be waiting for you outside the vault. Identify yourself to him, and he will escort you inside. We are honored to receive you, Mistress Fortunes. This way, please. There's no need for these gates to be this big. Why you gotta have a door like that? Not handholdy, and the enemies are like, oh god, he's ripping through us. Oh, that's cool. I like that. It's like dynamic, then? If you're doing, like, exceptionally well. But if so, that's pretty neat. I love when games have stuff like that.
Your Eminence, it is my honor to present to you the Warrior of Light.
I have heard the tales of your many grand endeavors. The Lord Commander has also been most effusive in his praise. I am Thordan VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, and I bade you come here that I might offer my personal apologies. You will forgive me for not calling upon you as courtesy would dictate, but as you can see, my more sprightly days are long behind me. But I digress. Your companions were wrongly accused of heresy and subjected to gross indignities. This, I am sorry to say, was the result of negligence on the part of our nation's protectors. Negligence born of an excess of zeal. Is that not so, Sir Zephyrin?
Yes, Your Eminence. Regrettably, it would appear that we of the Heavensward were in receipt of erroneous information.
Yeah, get your facts together.
He pressed charges before the truth had been ascertained, for which I most sincerely apologize.
Oh, you'll be hearing from my lawyers, sir.
An unfortunate misunderstanding born of an earnest desire to serve Ishgard, but one which should never have occurred. For who could doubt the character of those who bested Shiva and drove the Horde from the steps of faith?
Dude, I'm saying.
That much is certain. That will be all, Sir Zephyrin. I would speak with our guest in private.
Your Eminence, As you wish, Your Eminence. That will be all for today.
He doesn't want to argue with those eyebrows.
Privacy is a luxury rarely afforded one in my position. Now tell me, young lady, what do you know of the Ascians? Much and more, I shouldn't wonder. Being the bringer of light. You should know that I myself have met with them. Have entertained them as guests, even.
What are you doing? Oh, good, we get to see.
Those harbingers of chaos and strife offered us power that we might continue our war against the dragons. I have no intention of aiding their cause, of course, nor less of being their puppet. Yet, were I to refuse them outright, I should learn naught of their true objectives and remain powerless to stop them. Thus have I hearkened to their words with interest and paid lip service to their beliefs, biding my time and preparing for the inevitable conflict.
Okay. That makes sense. I won't begrudge you
And
that.
why do I tell you this? Because there is naught in this world they fear more than the power of the Warrior of Light.
Am I still a Warrior of Light, though? Because, like, Midgardsormir, like, took over as my spirit patron. So I'm not sure if that still counts. But I'll take it.
If we are to rid ourselves of these vile interlopers, we must needs work together. With our combined strength, I have faith that we can wrest Eorzea from their grasp and pave the way for a lasting peace. Think on it.
So here's the thing, though. We found the way to kill them. And we lost a really cool NPC by way of Moonbrita in the process. Like, you gotta beat them down, basically, and then charge a white elemental crystal with enough energy to, like, basically capture them in a Pokeball. And that destroys their soul because they can't, like, reform. I think. I think that's what we learned. I guess we'll work with the Catholic Church here. Alphinaud. Right, fine.
There you are. I confess, I was more than a little concerned when I learned that you had been summoned to the vault. What did they want with you?
It's an A-B conversation. See your way out of it.
Well, well. A formal apology and an admonishment of those responsible. I see my fears were wholly misplaced. By the gods! The Archbishop freely admits to consorting with Ascians. So, their ambitions extend to Ishgard as well. We will have new primals to contend with ere long, of that you may be certain. 'Tis but a matter of time. Yet shorn of the support of our missing allies, what can we realistically hope to achieve?
In the midst of all the excitement, I completely forgot to tell you. When I was asking around about the Scions, I heard the most awful rumor. General Raubahn is to be executed for crimes against the Sultanate!
No! He's cool and also missing an arm now.
If the Flame General dies, we will lose a staunch ally, and the one man capable of holding the Sultana's assassins to account. Lord Orchiphon was wise to counsel restraint, but this business will brook no delay. We cannot permit this execution to take place. We must save Raubahn.
Yeah! I agree, he's cool. Though the situation calls for urgency, it would avail us little to charge headlong into Ul'dah without a plan. Before we can formulate a plan, however, we must first... Oh wait, no, that's not the voice. What was I doing? I was... Oh yeah, it was more like James from Team Rocket. Because that's what his first voice was like. Though the situation calls for urgency, it would avail us little to charge headlong into Ul'dah without a plan. Before we can formulate a plan, however, we must first learn how things stand in the Sultanate, which is why I propose that we visit Limsa Lominsa. Aye, you heard me right. While you were about your altruistic endeavors, I acted as an intermediary in trade negotiations between House Fortin and a Luminsan consortium. During said negotiations, an opportunity to send word to the Admiral presented itself, and I duly seized it. I am happy to report that we yet have a stout ally in Limsa. The Admiral has pledged her full cooperation in any effort to rescue Raubahn. Accordingly, I have agreed to meet with her, that we might discuss how best to proceed. Naturally, I told her to expect us both. Your presence never fails to embolden our allies, after all. When you arrive in Limsa Lominsa, make yourself known to Sergeant Zenthiel at Bulwark Hall, on the lower decks. He will admit you to the bridge. I also like the Admiral, despite her being, like, effectively a pirate leader. Don't tell Jonathan I said that. She's pretty cool. I don't want to lose her. But I hope she doesn't have, like, a change of heart and, like, ah! I don't know what that was. Ha! The Admiral's been inspecting you. Say the word and I will take you to her.
Friends, 'tis good to see you safe and well. I will admit I had not counted on you seeking, let alone finding refuge within the Holy See. But
did her voice change too?
Was I to learn that you had?
She sounds a little different. I hope they didn't change her voice actor, because I liked the voice acting before this character.
We had allies there who took us under their wing. And theirs was not the only aid we receive, I suspect. When we fled Ul'dah, we fully expected to become wanted men, known to all and hounded at every turn. Yet that did not come to pass. On the contrary, 'twould seem the charges against us have not been made public. Might we have you to thank for that?
Oh, nice. I guess that explains why I'm able to run around town.
Sharp as ever, Master Alphinaud. On Marshal Terrapin's urging, the Elder Seedseer and I demanded that the Syndicate suppress news of the Scion's alleged crimes until such time as irrefutable evidence could be found.
Oh, that's cool.
Our argument was simple. Lacking proof to accuse the saviors of the realm of so unlikely a crime would have the people up in arms. In their wisdom, the Syndicate agreed, as you yourself have seen.
I think her
There is
voice actor
something
changed.
you should know. Some few days prior to the banquet, the Elder Seedseer and I were summoned for a private audience with the Sultana. There, she revealed her intent to announce her abdication, that she might pave the way for the establishment of an Ul'dah Republic.
Yeah, she was gonna give up the crown.
What? But such an announcement would have plunged the entire nation into chaos.
She was well aware of that. 'Twas for fear of what might ensue that she summoned us. Her Grace wanted the Elder Seedseer and I to lend Raubahn a helping hand, you see? To aid him in preserving the peace during the transition.
Yeah, there's no way that's the same voice actor.
So, having somehow caught wind of her plan, Lolorito and Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination in the hope of maintaining the constitutional status quo. But they must have known that her death would sow as much chaos as her abdication. Chaos from which Teleji alone might feasibly stand to profit. Surely Lolorito would never knowingly... could it be? I dare not hope.
The Ul'dan authorities have yet to announce the Sultana's passing. To allay any suspicion that may arise from Her Grace's absence, they have issued a statement to the effect that she is presently convalescing from illness.
Mayhap they're waiting for a fitting moment to break the news. Or mayhap they know of some other reason to delay.
Something else has been bothering me, Admiral. I was dismayed to learn that General Raubahn is to be executed. Yet upon hearing the news, I could not help but wonder why he had been kept alive for so long. Pray mistake not my meaning. I am, of course, overjoyed that our friend still draws breath, and that he might yet be saved.
Why haven't they killed him yet?
If his enemies truly wished to eliminate him, they could have done so immediately. I see no reason for this delay.
Aye, you've struck upon an important point, Master Alphinaud. Following his capture, Raubahn had been held in the Marasaja pit within Ul'dah. In recent days, however, he has reportedly been moved to an unknown location. Queerly, 'twas not the brass blades who spirited him away either, but a band of soldiers decked in blue.
The Crystal Braves, right?
The Crystal Braves.
Aye. If I read the winds aright, the arrangement between Lord Lolorito and the Braves has come under strain. At any rate, if we're to rescue Raubahn, we'll have to find him first. And you'll be glad to hear that I have already entrusted the task to those best able to see it done. Our friends of Doma.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. The pirate leader has put the task in the hands of the capable ninjas. Raubahn's survival is vital to the Eorzean alliance. We can ill afford to lose him. But I cannot send troops into Ul'dah. 'Twould spell the end of the alliance, and war like as not. If there is to be a rescue, it falls to you and yours to attempt it. I would not have it any other way, Admiral. It was I who founded the Crystal Braves, and I who must take responsibility for their actions. Spoken like a true leader, Master Alphinaud. By way of a first step, you should seek out our Doman contact. You will find her among the frontier hands at Revenant's Toll, working in a kitchen. I knew in my heart that you were safe, but to see you again in the flesh, words cannot well express my relief. Yo, just whisking up a storm over here. Get it. Piece of cake to bake a pretty cake. As the victory feast was taking place, the Crystal Braves turned upon us and took the rising stones by force. Amid the chaos, some few of my compatriots and I were able to slip away unnoticed. Since then, we have remained in Revenant's Toll, keeping watch over the mutineers while awaiting your return. You've done well by us, and we Domans do not soon forget our debts. We swear to do all within our power to aid you. Shortly before you arrived, I received word from Lims Leminza that you were searching for General Raubahn. As the Admiral will have informed you, he was recently removed from his cell in the Marasaja pit. That's it. At the same juncture, Eorzea and the 3rd Unit were observed leaving the Rising Stones. This can be no simple coincidence. Their purpose, we believe, is to escort the Flame General to the scene of the execution. Suffice it to say, we have people shadowing the 3rd. If you would join the hunt, pray seek out Deware at Highbridge, where I too am bound. I definitely have too many expecting you. Time is of the essence, so I shall be direct. Eorzea and his men are bound for Alatali. We believe that this is where they intend to carry out the execution. Ozan is presently keeping watch over the entrance. Let us make haste and join him. You come at a good time, my friends. But moments ago, the traitor Ilbert arrived and entered Halatali. And this may be certain that General Raubahn is being held within. There's no time to lose. General Alden may be executed at any moment. You must enter Halatali and free him from his captors. Please see to your preparations and tell me when you're ready to proceed. One of our own will accompany you inside. I should probably summon Carbuncle. So I recently got the ability to, like, channel Bahamut in some way. I'm looking forward to seeing how that works.
Pray, forgive me my lateness.
Lady Ugiri!
Master Alphinaud, I am pleased to see that the light of resolve shines in your eyes once more.
Ah, yes. How pathetic I must have seemed to you when we last met. I am ashamed to recall it. For a time I was well and truly lost. But with the aid of my comrades, I have since refound my purpose, and I shall take care not to misplace it again.
Since your escape from Ul'dah, my fellow shinobi and I have shadowed the Crystal Braves every step, in hopes of learning the Scion's whereabouts. Regrettably, our investigation has yet to yield any useful information. Pray, forgive us.
You need not apologize, my lady. We are grateful for all that you have done on our behalf. Besides, Raubahn is no less a friend, and we cannot well abandon him to his fate.
Ozan, the three of us shall attend to the Flame General's rescue. Pray, draw away the guards by the entrance. Take Dowade and Higiri with you.
Yeah, ninja shit.
With me!
Wait, do I get a smoke bomb when I level ninja enough? Dude, I hope I do. That'd be sick. It's only level 35, 36 right now.
Away with you!
Oh, I should eat a food. Vangzer keeps telling me to eat food for that 3% XP bonus. Alright, I've done it. I spent so much time not using that bonus. Because I'm used to food not, you know, just giving you stats from Elder Scrolls Online, not giving you just a straight up XP bonus. I've got some catching up to do.
Leave this to me!
Looking pretty empty. Maybe that's all of them. I like that you're basically in a dungeon for this. Raubahn! We gotta get you out of there. Break the machine. He is bound by some manner of magitech device, yet I dare not force it open. It may well be booby-trapped. I have heard of such devices. The Crystal Braves will possess the key. Let us split up and look for it. That will not be necessary. Pray you do not take it personally, my friends. You are the victims of harsh economic conditions. Happily, you will not suffer for long. This poison will convey you swiftly unto the bosom of Thal, where I hope to join you after the passing of many prosperous years. Well, crap. The trap was a trap. Let's go! Dead end! Here we go. Where is Alphinaud? Oh, he was fighting. Probably find that one jam I left. This poison's fine. I'm healing it back. Okay, that looks like could be it. Damn, y'all got some hit points. Rah rah. Hello, how are you doing? I'm trying to save old one-arm Raubahn. The key. Take it to Raubahn. Will this open for me? It looks like it doesn't. It doesn't. Backtrack. Yeah, I mean, he's a badass, but then there was like a political coup, and they assassinated the Empress, and he's her bodyguard, and like he tried to stand up for her, and they his like lifelong friend like I'm back cut off his arm. I found the key. My thanks. Slowly, General. You're yet weak from your ordeal. Nevertheless, we must quit this place. Should have known. What a clever contrivances of the Warrior of Light. Well done, hero. 14 bucks. Yeah, that's the dude who's his buddy and he chopped off his arm. You mean to struggle on then? Very well. If you would stand in my way, I will cut you down like all the rest. Come, Scions, let's get this over with. Please hold, your death will come soon, don't worry. Leave me alone, quit hitting me.
I have you now.
Nice, dude. Yeah.
It is over, Ilberd. Lay down your arms and surrender yourself to justice.
Justice? Justice for what exactly? 'Twas not I who assassinated the Sultana, boy.
Ere we debate who is responsible for the assassination, I would ask whether an assassination took place at all.
Oh, clever little shot.
Wait, what?
If you think you fight for justice, lass, you best wake up. The truth is, you fight for whoever bloody well tells you to. Can you not see you're being used? By the Scions, the City-States, even the Crystal Braves. They none of them care a whit what you want. Only what you can do for them. And how do I know this? Because I'm the same. A pawn to be used as my masters see fit. All I ever wanted was to liberate my homeland, and I ate dirt to make it happen. But what have I achieved after all these years in servitude? Nothing. Not a bloody thing.
This dude eating dirt for nothing. That's... I don't know about the nutritional value of that.
If we ourselves are not free...
Is she alive, though? Was there not an assassination?
How are we ever to reclaim our homeland? Know this. There is nothing I would not give to take back Alamigo. Nothing!
Man, this dude's face is scary time. What? Oh, come on. How many of you are ninjas? You're not a ninja. How'd you... Oh, okay. Fair enough. It was just a flashbang.
No, Master Alphinaud. Now is not the time.
I mean, he's kind of got a point, but he could get that point across without chopping off arms and maybe not killing
What a cripple and a fool.
queens, empresses, princesses.
I'm on your debt.
We are all of us fools of fate, General. But even fools have a part to play.
On your feet, Gladiator. This fight is not over.
Rest assured, I was not planning to die till I'd avenged the Sultana. Still, your words are welcome, lass.
Yeah? That's a deep pop culture dive.
There is nothing I would not
Shakespearean.
you pay for what you've done. My wealth, my arm, my life. Nothing.
General, are you aware that Lord Lolorito has yet to announce the Sultana's death to the public?
What? No. No, I was not aware of that, nor of anything else outside my cell. 'Tis passing strange, though. I assumed the bastard would make it known at the first opportunity, and set about tearing down
Don't
the
eat dirt.
Sultana.
Or do. I don't know.
And it is indeed strange that he did not. Strange, or perhaps revealing. Now, I have no conclusive proof, nor do I wish to give you false hope, but I have reason to believe that Her Grace may yet live.
What?
What? But how can that be?
Yeah, how can that be?
Forgive me, friends, but it is not safe here. Let us continue this conversation without...
No, I want to know, like, now. I don't want to hop, like, 4 zones just to find out. The general is safe. What news without? My lady, the guards have been subdued, as per your command. We have since kept watch over the entrance. There has been no further activity. Then Eorzea and his minions have fled via some other egress. Scour the perimeter for signs of their passing. At once, my lady. General Alden, I presume, and the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I'm gonna take my book out at you so hard. Who are you? Identify yourself. Pray do not be alarmed. My mistress is a friend, and I come bearing a message of goodwill. For your own safety, she bade me direct your steps to the Waking Sands. Know that Master Eorzea awaits you there, along with others sympathetic to your cause. This is no ruse, I assure you, General Alden. If you will accompany me, I have prepared a carriage that you may travel in comfort, safe for prying eyes. I have spoken with Eorzea via Link Pearl. He confirms the man's story. Raubahn is in safe hands. Let us make our own way to Vesper Bay. Oh, I'm out of the free teleports. I spent all my envelopes. Oh. I gotta pay money.
My dearest friends, praise be unto the 12 for delivering you from the clutches of treachery.
Father!
Pippin! My son! And Master Papashan besides!
Forgive me, Father. I should have been at Her Grace's side.
Save your tears.
You!
It was I who arranged this gathering. And judging by your perplexed expressions, it would seem introductions are in order. I am Dulala, head of the Order of Noldthor, and member of the Syndicate.
What you said about the Sultana, is it true? Is she alive?
Yeah!
Lady, I understand you were with the Sultana when she drank from the poisoned goblet and collapsed. Would I be correct in assuming that you did not personally verify Her Grace's vital signs?
Yeah, I was probably on Summoner, so I didn't have enough healing skills to check. Figuring well, offer Panda Express. I think I've only had
asked
Panda
what is
Express
playing,
in
you know the
malls.
answer.
Calm yourself, General, and let me finish. The truth is not as you imagine it. You are all victims of a most ingenious ruse. A ruse conceived to eliminate the threat posed by Teleji Adeleji. 'Tis my belief that Teleji plotted the Sultana's assassination alone, but that Lolorito caught wind of his plot and exploited it to his own ends. He sought to manipulate you into eliminating Teleji for him, and you duly obliged.
God strike me down
Oh
for a
shit.
fool.
I pressed the button. No, what did they
How can
say?
it be that she lives?
She lives because Lolorito willed it. Her own lady-in-waiting is but one of his many little birds. By her sleight of hand, the poison was switched for a less deadly draught before it could reach her mistress's lips.
Some manner of sedative, perchance? Of a potency sufficient to induce a slumber like
Were I
unto...
to guess, I would say her grace is being held somewhere, dreaming dreams of a brighter Uldar, even as we speak.
Oh crap, I need to figure out how to do that.
Oh, NANAMO. I will never forgive Lolorito for his part in this.
Though Lolorito's hands are far from clean, they did pluck her grace from the jaws of death. That must count for something. Though one may call the man's methods into question, it cannot be denied that he knows the value of stability, to the very gill, like as not. He craves power, 'tis true, but he has no desire to depose the Sultana. I had never taken sides in your feud with the monetarists, but it was not for want of concern for our nation's welfare. Indeed, 'twas out of the desire to see order restored that I furnished your Far Eastern friends with information, and arranged this gathering.
Oh cool, that's manageable. So you just need to be level
I
15.
hope you are ready to work, General, for there is much work to be done. Our first priority must be to bring matters back into balance. Lest you forget Her Grace's words, the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. As for the more worldly kind of wealth, I am content to let Lolorito help himself to whatever Teleji Adeleji left behind. You, meanwhile, must do that which you alone can do. Rescue Her Grace, and take your place at her side once more, for her sake, and that of our nation.
At least the 3 characters I have here. I had not counted on Prioress Dulala herself appearing. In my defense, my suspicions regarding the Sultana proved more prescient. Much remains to be done, but in rescuing Raubahn, we have taken a vital first step towards resolving matters in Uldar. We couldn't have done it without you, Faedwin. Thank you. No, these are upgrades, cause I got a cool friend who made me cool stuff. Yellow? Tataru, yes, General Raubahn is now in safe hands. What? Another assault? Very well, we shall return at once. Pray notify the Count of our coming. It would seem we face another crisis. The Dravanians are preparing to resume their siege of the Holy See. Damn! Though I am loath to abandon the Sultana to her fate, we lack the necessary evidence to act upon Dulala's claims. That being the case, I propose we leave Marshal Tarpin and the others to investigate, and return with all haste to Ishgard. Alrighty then. Ah, there you are. Sorry for cutting your reunion with General Raubahn short. Oh, that's in poor taste, Tataru. Too soon. Too soon. I wouldn't have bothered you, but the city is awash with rumors of another Dravanian attack. And Lord Archifon... Archifon was desperate to get hold of you. Speaking of whom, he and the others are waiting for you inside, so you'd better head in. That was messed up. My friend, I thank you for answering our call with such alacrity. As I am sure you are now aware, the Dravanians are once more gathering for war. Misfortunes, Master Leveilleur, I must apologize for this abrupt summons, but we thought it best to have Mistress Tataru contact you by most direct means available. One which we never use, ever. When the observatorium's bells toll, 'tis a warning that cannot be ignored. The Holy See has ordered that we make ready for battle. In case you haven't heard, the band of trappers returning from the west claimed they saw a cloud of dragons big enough to dim the midday sky. New Dog's minions gather once more for war. But I would not have you take up arms in another of our conflicts. When first you came to Ishgard, I offered you my protection. If I cannot ensure your safety here, I cannot well accept your aid, much less ask for it. Sons of the 7th Dawn, you are faced with a choice, to remain in a besieged Ishgard, or seek sanctuary elsewhere. I would not presume to influence your decision, but I must ask that you make it swiftly, lest our enemies force your hand. I think we'll sit this one out, thanks. Thanks for providing the option. Though we flee to the ends of the world, 'twould seem that no place in this troubled age is free of strife. Once more the horde descends upon Ishgard, and once more her weary defenders must take up spear and bow. The Count would have us seek shelter from this storm, but I, for one, grow tired of running. If we are to shine the light of dawn, we must do so in the sight of our fellow man, not hunkered in a hole. When have we ever run from shit? The one time things fell apart in Ul'dah, that's the only time. We're out here like, yeah, we're saving the world, but we're also like crossing guards for schools in the morning. Yeah, we save the world, but we also deliver your coffee. What say you, Faewyn? Humph. That is your answer? What, at 12? How could you... But wait. Mayhap remaining in the city would not best serve our friends and allies. Mayhap there is another choice. Was there... Did that matter at all? I don't think it mattered at all. The choice we make this day may have grave implications for our order. It is only right that Tataru should have a say. Come, let us all meet outside and discuss the path that lies before us. Am I still the Warrior of Light if like my connection with Hydaelyn has been intercepted by Midgardsormir? I mean, doesn't that make me like the Warrior of Dragon?
Ishgard cannot well endure another assault. Even should her knights succeed in turning back the horde, the casualties will be catastrophic.
See, I thought that he like overwrote the blessing. Yeah, he said that to my recollection. But also, didn't the Ascians show up and they're like, haha, oh shit, you don't have Hydaelyn backing you. I'm gonna go do some other shit that you can't stop right now. Bye! Didn't that happen? Okay, so then doesn't that mean I'm cut off from Hydaelyn? Or were we all just pretending?
But what other choice do we have? It's not like we can talk it over with them. Dragons and men aren't exactly on speaking terms.
I mean, unless you're Shiva or Lady Iceheart. Am I right? Am I right? 'Cause they fucking...
With certain notable exceptions.
Fucking.
You don't mean Iceheart?
When last you spoke with her, she lamented her crimes, did she not? Then there remains a sliver of hope. If we can persuade Iceheart to act as our intermediary, we may yet be able to convince Nidhogg to abandon his bloody
If there is to
cause.
be a meeting, I would accompany you.
Estinien.
Dude, you can't get... This dude... How problematic must it be to, like, try to walk through conventional doors as this guy? Hold on. Gotta angle the lance. That's why this land here has these big-ass doors for people like him who refuse to get normal people weapons.
Even with your intermediary, Nidhogg's blood rage may render him deaf to reason. However, the mere attempt may afford our forces precious time to prepare.
I mean, I don't know. Normal people weapons. We'll go with it.
You might also consider a more direct approach to ending this conflict. With the power of the Eye at my disposal, and the vaunted strength of the Warrior of Light, we could conceivably slay the beast outright.
If we are to risk a face-to-face meeting with the Dread Worm, I for one would feel safer in the company of the Azure Dragoon. However, I should only turn to your lance if my words failed to find their mark. Is that clear?
No, alright, well...
Perfectly. I shall assume that Iceheart enjoys similar diplomatic protection until instructed otherwise. A word of advice. Think carefully before divulging the particulars of this plan to Sir Aymeric. 'Twould not do to have the Lord Commander accused of consorting with heretics.
Indeed. I thank you for your counsel, Estinien. We shall be honored to have you with us.
I am glad to be of service.
We have chosen a difficult road, yet even should we succeed in winning Iceheart to our cause, our plans for parley will swiftly come to naught should the Holy See decide to strike first against the Horde. We must petition the Lord Commander's aid ere we set forth. I only hope that Sir Aymeric will be willing to muzzle Ishgard's forces on the strength of our vague assurances. Tataru, I would ask that you remain at Fort Tom Manor and inform the Count of our decision. Tell him that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn mean to do all in their power to ensure that Ishgard and her people survive. Yes, sir. We speak with the Lord Commander. Pray make it quick. This stuff.
I want the defenses of the Outer Ward rechecked. See to it that the ballistas are in good repair and supplied with enough ammunition for a prolonged siege.
At once, my lord.
Ah, 'twould seem I have visitors. And unlike those messing beyond our walls, these ones are welcome.
I don't know how Aymeric isn't just crazy if you have to sit in your chair and listen to this music all day.
Pray forgive us for interrupting you in the midst of your preparations, Sir Aymeric, but our suit concerns the impending assault. To speak plain, we believe there is a chance the invasion might be halted before it even begins. I can divulge little more at this time, but I must nevertheless request that you advise the Holy See to refrain from launching any preemptive sorties whilst we seek to put our plans in motion.
Probably has like earbuds. He's jammed link pearls into his ear because no one uses link pearls as much as they should in this game. So he just like jams link pearls in to block it out. Or when Alphinaud's around.
I would gladly lend my support to any endeavor that could spare the blood of my countrymen, but I would know more of the cause you would have me champion. Will you not share aught of this mysterious undertaking?
Know that I have offered my lance to aid in this endeavor. I cannot claim that its success is assured, but our actions should serve to delay Nidhogg's advance at the very least.
Which is more than can be said for the ill-conceived counterattack advocated by the sea's more vocal crusaders. They offer glorious death, but little hope of victory.
Aye, their proposal does not inspire confidence. Our resources should rightly be spent shoring up the city's defenses. The Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light sallying forth together to face the dread worm Nidhogg. I must admit, the mere thought of it does much to dispel my misgivings. Go then. Carry out your plan. I shall do what I can for you within the Holy See.
Having secured Sir Aymeric's support, we may proceed without fear of a preemptive Ishgardian attack, which is not to say we can afford to dither. History tells us that the Dravanians will attack as soon as their horde reaches a critical size. Before that happens, we must needs track down and win over the Lady Iceheart, and then locate and parley with Nidhogg. In short, time is against us. If you are ready, Estinien, let us be about our task. Sword looks pretty cool.
Such commotion.
Yes, Your Eminence. The bells of the Observatorium warn of our enemy's approach.
So, the dragons are coming. Let them come, in their hundreds and their thousands. With the divine blade in our hands, we shall rend their flesh and drown the heretics in their master's blood. Even Nidhogg and his foul brood shall be powerless to resist us.
I feel like I've heard this speech many times as someone who has read The Song of Ice and Fire and watched Game of Thrones and, like, watched the Lord of the Rings movies and read, like, one or two of the books. I feel like I've seen this story play out very poorly. Very often. Yeah. So, hopefully that's not the case. Sounds very hopeful. The music does right now. But this is a trope that often ends in bloodshed. Apex, hello, how are you doing?
And when we have rid the world of their pestilence, we shall turn our attention to our Ascian allies. See that they are suitably rewarded for their invaluable assistance.
If I may, Your Eminence, the Paragons wield powers strange and unknowable. Can we be certain that they will not see through our deception?
We can be certain of naught save the righteousness of our cause. If you would be a true leader of men, you must possess conviction as well as caution.
Yeah, I'm feeling less optimistic about this. I could be wrong, but in like a modern, you know, fantasy stuff, like usually if someone's like, we're gonna be fine sitting right here, God's on our side, we got this. We've always been here. Nothing is gonna stop us. And then, like, everyone dies. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
We seek to excise the root of an evil that has blighted us for 1,000 years. The risk is worth the reward.
And what of Estinien and this Warrior of Light? They have plans of their own.
I love that Vang knows what's coming, and she's like...
Leave them to their purpose. We must each play the role we have been given.
You and your
Oh no! I pressed the button again! Oh! Damn it.
For the glory of King Thordan.
Oh, damn it. Leave them to their purpose. We must each play the role we have been given, you and your chosen brothers most of all. That didn't look like godly white sparkles, did it? That didn't look like... I got so excited at this reward and then I moused over it. I'm gonna tie this thing to a firework. Before we set forth, we must needs inform Tataru of our plans. Then I shall wait you at St. Renate's Forum. Tell your friends we may be some time. The road you have chosen is neither short nor easy. Of that I need no reminding. Come, Hydaelyn, let us head back to Forton Manor. Don't forget to ring the doorbell, or they won't let you in. Ho 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 ho. Falingo, how are you doing, friend? Welcome in. Well, our course is set to Tataru. It may be some time before Hydaelyn and I return to Ishgard. Well, just you be careful, alright? Oh, and don't worry about me. I'll be busy listening out for news of our lost friends. If anyone can find them, it is you, Tataru. Farewell for now. Oh, before you go, you must put this on, Alphinaud. I made it specially. Oh, did she pick up weaving? No, I couldn't possibly... Very well. Oh, look at the duds. Look at the duds. The 12, it fits perfectly. And the quality is actually rather good. Glad you like it. I've been practicing my needlework while I listen to rumors and the like. A good receptionist is always learning new skills. My thanks, Tataru. Whatever else awaits me upon the road, I shall not fear the cold. It was the least I could do. I must be getting back to the tavern, or I'll never catch up with all the gossip. Best of luck on your journey. Aye, we are ready to depart. I suggest we begin our search for Lady Iceheart without delay. Very well. She will prove an elusive quarry. Where do you intend to start looking? In the absence of any fresh intelligence on Nissael's movements, I propose to pick up the trail where she was encountered last, the Korthah's Western Highlands. Let us speak with Sir Redwald, was it? As the commander of Falcon's Nest, it is likely that he will know of any heretic activity that has been reported in the area. This dude's mustache is fantastic. Well, well, Mr. Fortunes, what business brings you back to Falcon's Nest? Judging by the company you keep, it can be no trifling matter. He is your dragoon, I know, of course, but I do not believe I met this young gentleman. Alphinaud Levelure at your service, and you are not mistaken as to the gravity of our mission, Sir Redwald. As I am sure you are aware, the Observatorium has warned that the Dravanians gather for another assault. We believe there may yet be a way to avert the coming conflict, but only if we can find the elusive Lady Iceheart. Thus have we come to Falcon's Nest in the hopes of acquiring the latest intelligence of the Heretic's movements. I see. Then you would be best served by speaking directly to my men. The patrol is due to return from its sweep of the surrounding lands at any moment. You may also wish to question the knights assigned to pick over the remains of the Heretic refuge at Gorgang Mills. It's possible they have unearthed information that could be of use to you. Mr. Fortunes knows well the place I speak of, for it was she who first discovered it. Let us divide our forces then. We'll stay and await the return of the patrol while the two of you visit this refuge. When I have completed my inquiries, I will join you there. He looks like Flanders. Yeah, he does. A wise use of our time. Come, Hydaelyn, I am eager to learn what Sir Redwald's men have found in the Heretic's lair. Hi-ho, neighbor. Our findings, you say? Well, there is something of a tale there. No sooner had we chanced upon a promising-looking sheaf of letters, and then we were ambushed from the shadows of great white beasts. It seemed the heretics foresaw our coming and left behind their pets to discourage future investigation. Further investigation. Several of our number were badly wounded. Paper cuts. And you cannot carry out your duties until the creature is slain. Oh, you cannot carry out your duties until the creature is slain. We have not the time to wait for reinforcements. Let's deal with these pets ourselves, Fatewood. Oh my god. Oh, it's not adjusted. Also, this isn't... Oh. Yeah, I should probably stop healing myself. I started clicking the wrong button because I was quite surprised I nuked that. These are slain then? My thanks. We may return to our duty without fear of a mauling. You wish to track down Lady Iceheart, is this not so? The records we discovered ere those beasts mauled my comrades appear to be some manner of correspondence. We had not the luxury of perusing their contents more closely, intent as we were on surviving an onslaught of Fang and Claw. But I wager those epistles containing more than friendly salutations betwixt lonely heretics. My interrogation of the patrol proved fruitless. Either we divine some clue from these letters, or we wander the snowfields and pray that the gods lead us right to Iceheart's door. It's hardly a choice at all. Yeah, read the letters. Why are we still talking about this? How are you going to respond to that? We recovered much of the heretics' correspondence. Yeah, all of it, you lazy bastard. Splendid. Add to the contributions of Master Livy and Sir Estinien, we now have more than a dozen letters. Oh, yeah, okay, sure, yeah. What have we here? Sure. Every one of these pages is a record of the dealings betwixt the Gorgania Mills heretics. It sounds like a fucking cereal. And their fellows in the Akafa Amphitheatre. Their requests for foodstuffs, clothing, and all manner of provisions. Iceheart's followers must yet inhabit the ruins we had thought of. Amphitheatre, the very place where you witnessed the manifestation of the primal Shiva, was it not? Primal. If that is our destination, then the journey will be long indeed. The amphitheatre lies on the other side of the treacherous tract of ice and snow that cannot swiftly be crossed. Then we must place our faith in the Ethernet. As you may recall, our dear friend Moonbrita succeeded in recreating the Akafa beacon after it had been destroyed by Lady Iceheart. At the time, it was assumed that the resultant aetherite would only be temporarily viable, but given that the heretics of Gorgania Mills seem to have been in regular contact with their brethren at the amphitheatre, I wager it still functions. I suggest we make for the aetherite within Snowcloak without delay. Correct me if I'm wrong, Estinien. In the course of mapping the Snowcloak tunnel system, the passage was discovered leading out into the Western Highlands, was it not? Might it be possible for us to reach the aetherite from this side of the wall? It should. House Durandare posted soldiers at the Western Highlands entrance after the tunnels were cleared. But they would not deny us entry. The guests of House Fortin, accompanied by the Azure Dragoon. I cannot imagine what brought you out this far, but you are welcome to enter the tunnels if that is your will. Assuming the Akafa beacon still functions, and we must pray to the 12 it does, we shall arrive at our destination in mere moments. I do not expect to be greeted by the primal Shiva. We should nevertheless be prepared for a frosty reception. The heretics do not like to rejoice at the appearance of uninvited guests, particularly ones with our history. You have the mount music turned off? Well, now you gotta turn it back on. Look at what you're missing. An impressive structure. I wonder how many ages it has endured. Mayhap you should ask its occupants. They seem a friendly bunch. Dogs of Ishgard! Is it not enough that you banish our beloved saint? Will you not be satisfied until the ice is slick with the last drops of our blood? Stay your weapons. We come under the flag of parley. We wish only to speak with your mistress, that we might broker a peace. Do you think us fools, boy? It would take more than honeyed words to earn our trust. You walk with the Dragon Slayer, and we know all too well what he is capable of. My reputation precedes me. They give us little choice. Come, brothers, may dragon wings bear us to victory. Da 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 da. Oh. Cheating ass cheater. I'm not turning into dragons over here. They fight like demons. Are you serious? You turned into dragons. 'Tis death to remain. Fall back, brothers. Retreat to the cinders. Didn't mean that for that to be Hulk Hogan. Fall back, brother. I mean the dragon maniacs. I see no sign of Lady Iceheart. Would that we could have questioned one of them. Or would you ask that we do not already know? We make for the cinders, and so must we. Even should an ambush await us, 'tis certain there will be more heretics to question. The cinders, you say? I confess the name is unknown to me. Mayhap you would be so good as to enlighten us, Estinien. I suspect it is the heretic's way of referring to the dreaming dragon. I just had a Warcraft flashback. Huh. I don't think they're talking about the same dragon. An island of sorts found in the midst of the frozen lake of Ashpool. Some 500 years past, is told that the Azure Dragoon of the Age fought a dragon of titanic proportions. After a savage struggle, the mighty creature was weakened up to the point of death, and forced into a magic slumber by the entire chapter of the Holy Sea's sorcerers. Ere long, a rain of ash and cinders did begin to fall upon the sleeping serpent's motionless form, covering the creature at length in a shroud of grey. Of course, a thick layer of ice has since formed on top of it, but you may be sure I speak true. A fascinating tale. We should make haste to this ashen isle. The dreaming dragon lies far to the west. Before you approach the frozen beast, however, there's another place I would like to visit first. I'm told the Convictors have set up camp in Twimpools. Their leader, Jantelo, may have information of use to us. But mayhap you're not familiar with that name either. The Convictors are dragon slayers, after a fashion. But I'm willing to wager that they encounter their fair share of heretics. If we are indeed walking into a trap, I would learn all there is to know of our foe. A sound suggestion. Let us speak with these Convictors then, and temper our haste with a measure of caution. Funny. And I tattled on them. That'll teach them wherever they are. What do we have here? Hoping to join the esteemed ranks of the Convictors, are we? The hard-eyed lass looks promising, but you have a frail look about you, boy. I gave you 3 days ere the wilds claim your corpse. I beg your pardon? Be not so quick to judge. I have seen this frail youth fell heretics with a flick of his wrist. And who are you to question my... By the Fury! That armor, that lance. Is your dragoon himself graces our camp. Pray forgive my disrespect, sir. I'm Jantelo, leader of the Convictors and fellow slayer of dragons. May I ask what winds, fair or foul, carry you into our humble camp? Ah, Lady Iceheart, is it? I know her by reputation, but I'm afraid I've seen naught of her or her people. That said, my own men can be somewhat lax when it comes to making reports. You may wish to question them yourselves. Thank you, we shall. Faven, Estinien, let us make our way through the camp and see what information there is to be had. Surely one of these people will have encountered heretics while out hunting. Pray speak with as many as you can, Faven. Oh, look at you, hybrid. The heretics in the area? I haven't the faintest idea. Why, a heretic could pass under my very nose, and I'd be none the wiser. I hunt dragons, my dear lady, the big ones. Forever do I scan the skies for signs of my prey. I care not for the miserable creature that scurry upon the ground. Yes, Dusk Vigil, please. You was said there as well, see breaks first. Yeah, that was what they did. Because, like, basically the tank... The tank was pulling wall to wall and managed to let like a mob or two slip, so the aggro shifted. Not a big deal, especially like in very, very early dungeons, right? And like the healer just loses their shit, and just like, learn your job, this is your only job you have it at level 50, why don't you know how to whatever. And then the tank is like, keep up. So it was just bad. And like basically like it just de-evolved into them standing there crossing their arms, and I just went in as monk and just used potion and self-heal and just soloed it. It was so dumb. That was my first time seeing that since I've come back to this game. Kind of sort of teaches you the different roles to do. You know, games could be better at it, but a lot of people, I would say that there probably aren't a lot of people who want to go through that. And I did PvP stuff, like stealing from players and stuff like that, because you could actually do that in that game. So there was griefing, but not like griefing just to cause someone to have a bad time at a video game. I think there's a difference there. I'm guessing that's what I need. Hey, to owner subscription base helps weed out some of the toxic bad players. Yeah, I agree. This is some epic music. Nice. Thanks, Vang. I wonder what that was that dropped. I might have gotten it from retainers. Why don't you go and bother Pirke or someone? No trouble keeping these preening fops fed and clothed as it is. There's no business of mine what folk do with themselves out there in the wilds. Yep, school finally starts tomorrow, so... Good news is day streams. Bad news is complete exhaustion. Good news, Bones Coffee. Use code Kortrah for a discount. I will be using it. Someone gonna have it with my lady? Yep, he starts 2nd grade. Heretics, is it? I've never seen one myself. I ain't easy to say I haven't heard. We'd be grateful for any information you can share with us. The gods know we've gleaned precious little from talking to the rest of these people. If it please, my lord, I'm Pirke. Soldier by trade, though not much of one, if I'm honest. It weren't for the love of stabbing folk that I took up the spear, see? No, it was by order of Sir Jantelo's father. So as long as they keep paying me wages, I ain't fussy as to what they have me do. That everyone's as patient as me, though. Plenty of low-born lads who get pressed into service start grumbling before they've seen their second battle. Once they've got to thinking how unfair it all is, don't take much for the heretics to turn their heads. From what I hear, the simple promise of freedom tends to do it. That may explain how Lady Iceheart was able to expand her following so swiftly. Sad to say, some mates of mine gobbled down the heretics' tripe and asked for seconds. Told me they were off to the Western Highlands to light a signal fire. How you let the heretics know you're serious about joining their ranks, apparently. Send up some purple smoke and the bastards come to you. Is that so? Why then? I am minded to start a fire. Here's the ice rondel. There's no mistaking it. At last it is ours once more. My parents presented the sapphire to me on my wedding day. My wife and I presented it to Aymeric on his. One day they would do the same for their son. But for that disgrace of an inquisitor, suspicion of heresy, what rot. He knew what he wanted from the start. By the time I secured her release, they had interrogated her for days. She was a shadow of her former self. The final insult, the final twisting of the knife, It was when my son took command of the Dusk Vigil and found the Ice Rondo to be the centerpiece of the newly commissioned sculpture of the Fury. He couldn't prove it was the selfsame one which had vanished, but oh, he knew. No more, no more. It is back with the family where it belongs. It is admittedly hollow comfort. Yet in my waning years I must accept what little that can be had. Wait, was that a current for this one? We are to lure our foes into our position, then we must find a means of producing a signal of purple hue. As it so happens, I once heard the tale of a trapper who dropped the hide of a woolly yak onto his campfire. Aside from the terrible stench, the story also described in detail how the smoke from the smothered flames was tinged a deep violet. You're a monster hunter of some note, are you not, Faedwin? It should prove a trifling task for you to procure a number of hides. We may need to burn more than one ere the heretics notice our beacon. Master Alphinaud, you and I shall gather wood for the fire. I will take the both of us to find enough dry fuel in this frozen wasteland. Let us meet again at the Dreaming Dragon with the fruits of our labor. It would seem that collecting firewood is a new experience for Master Alphinaud. It must have been a privileged upbringing. Have you the hides we need? Yeah, having to unlock flying sucks bad, but as I understand, it's much easier when you're very behind on the expansions.
Ah, I should have known it would be you. Word reached me of a struggle with a small but well-armed band of trespassers. Forgive my comrades their hostility. Few come here uninvited, and fewer still with good intent. Now, tell me why you are here.
We wish to speak with you.
So, you seek to stem the Dravanian tide with talk? A romantic notion. If you but knew the truth, the spark which lit the flames of this animosity, you would understand the futility of your quest. Shall I relate it to you? The sordid history my gift has shown me. That which the Holy See has taken such pains to suppress.
Do you want the tea?
'Twas more than a millennium past when an Elezen tribe first sought to claim the lands of Korthas as its home. Unfortunately for them, Korthas was already home to dragonkind, and they were not inclined to make way for the invaders. Thus did a bloody war begin. A war which might well have rumbled on until one or the other side was exterminated, had it not been for the resolve of a single woman. That woman's name was Shiva. While those around her fought and died, she attempted to parley with the dragons, and in so doing discovered them to be possessed of profound intelligence and reason. The great worm, Hreysvelgar, in particular so enchanted Shiva that she found herself growing to love the creature, whom her people considered a monster. In the eyes of a near-immortal dragon, however, the fleeting life of an Elezen is as that of a freshly cut rose. Scarce has the flower bloomed before it begins to fade and wither. Such melancholy musings plagued Hreysvelgar, who had found in Shiva an unexpected and beloved soulmate. He knew that all too soon, death would snatch her away from him. Unable to bear the thought of their separation, the maid bid the worm consume her, that their spirits might be entwined for eternity. Though loath to perform the deed, Hreysvelgar ultimately gave in to her plea, and soon thereafter the tale of their ill-fated love spread throughout the two warring factions. No more could they raise blade or claw against one another, knowing that the souls of their kin were so inextricably bound. In the days that followed, man and dragon learned to live in harmony, and together built a nation unlike any the world had ever known. For 200 years did this blissful age of peace continue, as it would to this day, had vilest envy not stirred in the hearts of the Elezen. It is said that worms owe their longevity to the boundless reserves of vitality found within their eyes. And 'twas in this belief that a traitorous band of knights deceived their allies of some 2 centuries, and took by force that which they coveted. Nidhogg, he who now stands poised to unleash his wormlings upon Ishgard, was the great dragon who lost an eye to Elezen treachery. And until he prizes it from the hands of the traitor's progeny, no amount of conciliatory words will stay his fury.
You are wrong, Lady Iceheart. Lest you misunderstand, I do not doubt your vision of the past. 'Tis true that Nidhogg greatly desired to reclaim the Eye. Indeed, it was for that very reason that I kept it with me as I roamed the land, attempting to draw him away from the city.
Good gods!
Until recently, Nidhogg seemed unable to resist its allure and pursued me relentlessly. Needless to say, that is no longer the case. Now, it would seem, he has fixed his attention on Ishgard itself, though he knows full well the Eye does not reside there.
You believe he targets the capital for another reason?
I believe reason has all but left him. Through the Eye, I feel much of what Nidhogg feels, and the dragon's thirst for vengeance will not be quenched by aught less than a sea of blood.
If Nidhogg is indeed lost to reason, might we not seek an audience with Hraesvelgr instead? He has thus far shown no inclination to aid in the invasion of Ishgard, and may yet welcome our efforts to broker a peace.
You still believe that a peaceable solution can be found? Very well. I will take you to him. Our road will lead us to Dravania, the homeland of dragonkind. There we shall ascend unto the clouds, where Hraesvelgr resides.
Is aught amiss, my friend? I sense the many battles are beginning to take their toll. Rest a while, and should you lose sight of us, Dravania lies beyond the mountains to the west.
Curious. The vestiges of thy mistress's blessing are not as faint as once they were. Thy will to succeed grants thee unusual fortitude. But will it be enough?
Yeah, okay. Well, there's our confirmation. The Hydaelyn tie is still there. You're a Faedwin, yes? Pray address me as Isael if you wish. 'Tis passing strange, is it not, that fate should bring us together thus? Never did I think to walk alongside the Warrior of Light. But history is full of such unexpected alliances. Shall we make our way into Dravania then? Chill the Western Highlands is unrelenting, and I would sooner be under the sheltering canopy of the Chocobo Forest. An antelope stag whistle for me? They've only got eyes for dragons. You want to tell them time and again that if no one sees those bears, there'll be nary a scrap to eat. But do they listen? Huh. I dare say everyone around here could stand to be a little more like you. If I say you'd be compensated, I'm true to my word. I trust you consider this fair remuneration for your efforts. Bacon bread, haddock dip, triple cream, coffee. I don't even know what the stat bonus is, but it's coffee.